My name is Carina Gardner, and I'm what you would call a practical designer. If you're ready to create a life that you love, become an incredible force for good, and generate income while pursuing your dreams, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Make and Design.
Last week, I sat down for the first time and watched The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, which is a short animated film that won the Oscar in 2023. And it originally came from Charlie Mackesy's book that has become very, very popular. It's such a beautiful book, and especially in a day and age when people are fighting so much and there's politics and so many other things to argue about, that it makes sense that people would really love this book. The whole idea of it is that we are united in our suffering and love for others, and it really is interesting because it sheds a light on kindness, which is really great. The idea that home isn't maybe a physical place, but the reason that we're here is to be loved and to love others. But I really want to focus on one aspect that really caught my attention, because it's something I really think that we fight against and has been a topic I've been thinking and talking about on different platforms that I've been on. In particular, on my YouTube channel, I have a video that we did at the end of March called Don't Try to Fit In. And the piece I'm talking about is when the horse reveals that he can fly. He says something to the effect of, "I can fly, but I stopped because it made the other horses jealous." And I think this is a very telling, very short statement that we see all the time for designers and artists. There's so much talent. There's so much you can do. But oftentimes we don't do the thing because it made someone else unhappy, or it made someone else jealous, or it made someone else think that we thought we were too good for them, right? Whatever the judgment is, it has caused us distress, and so we no longer do the thing that we were so good at doing. And I really think this is such a good example because it really lights on the fact that, horses typically don't fly. So the fact that this horse had this really beautiful, talented gift, and he was not showing anyone what it was, is very similar to what I see in designers everywhere, artists everywhere, that they're unwilling to show how good, how wonderful, or how hardworking they are at their craft because they're so afraid of actual success, which seems crazy, but it happens all the time, or failure. So a little bit of both. And truthfully, we've not allowed ourselves to win if we're afraid of both success and failure, because what is there in between that? There's nothing, right? We're either successful or we fail. And the cool thing about failure is we can learn from it, right? And so then success can be something that comes along the way. So one of the best things we can do for ourselves is believe in our abilities and try not to fit in. In fact, we were all born unique, and if we were meant to fit in, we would be like everyone else. We'd be little clones just doing the same thing as everybody else. And I'm here to tell you that especially in a world where AI is doing a lot of stuff for us, where computers are doing a lot of stuff for us, where phones give us all the same ideas, that one of the best things we can do is stand out and be unique. And those of you who are creating a design business right now, whether you're doing it with me or you're doing it on your own, one of the most powerful things that you can do is decide to be unique, to choose to design and create in your own style. Now, sometimes people think that means that they can just do whatever they want. That's not what I'm saying, because there are still some design rules. There are some principles we should follow, and then knowing when we can break those rules, right? But there are things that really make design gorgeous. But there's this whole 90% of design that has nothing to do with rules, has everything to do with the way you choose colors, the typography you create or use, the layout that you choose to make, the way you think about things, the way you style your animals. When I teach the Illustrator Academy class, both at the University of Arts and Design and in Design Suite, in both of those places, when I am designing an animal, I show that by simply changing the eyes on a giraffe, right, changes the way that giraffe feels. Maybe it's just the lashes. Maybe it's open eyes with a very big eye in it, right? Maybe there's a very small eye inside and lots of white on the eye. Maybe you've got little white dots that remind you of an Anna May character, right? Maybe there are no lashes. Maybe if it's a very small eye, maybe it's a very large horizontal eye or vertical eye. And every time you change an eye, it changes the feeling. Now, let's take something even simpler than an eye, like an eyebrow. An eyebrow can be slanted in to look mean or to look evil. It can be upwards so that it looks surprised. It can be a little bit close so that the eye looks smaller or even more sophisticated. And this is just a line. An eyebrow is just a line. And this is what I'm talking about. It is your mix of styling the things that you draw and create that make you unique. Don't worry about other people copying you. Don't worry about copying other people. Instead, really dig into what makes you unique and create in a way that feels really good to you. And that's one of the many messages that I got from the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, which, by the way, is a very long name. It's such a very long name. I mean, there were so many great messages, but I felt really strongly that this is one that I run into time and time and again. Just remember, like, you have wings and you were meant to fly, and you should use those wings, because if you don't use them, what happens? The muscles don't work anymore, right? The ability goes away. And so we give up something that's really beautiful and that we were meant to do. Why? Because other people were going to judge us for it, because they were going to be jealous of us. Not good reasons to be ourselves. Really not good reasons to be ourselves. In the video I do on YouTube, which, by the way, if you want to go check out that YouTube channel, youtube.com/Carina Gardner, I cannot recommend enough that you go follow me there. We're doing all of our lives for the Sweet Life of the Summit there. I also do a live every day at 11:30 Mountain Standard Time there every day with just different things that I'm doing. And I have found that I've been able to talk to people live, which is so fun, and talk about the things that they're feeling and seeing these days as well, which is kind of cool. So all of this to say, you were meant to fly, and go check out the video. Don't try to fit in, because that will kind of confirm this. I talk about a really great experiment that was done. It's called the Ash Experiment, so go check that out. And I hope you're having such a good day. I hope as you're listening to this that you feel the energy of goodness in your life, that you feel like there's just a lot for you in this life, because there really is. And I don't think that you probably hear it enough, that your life is meant to be expanded upon, that you're meant to do so many things in it. And when we play small, we're really doing ourselves a disservice, because we are not living into our potential. And I really want you to live into your potential. It's a very short life, guys. Might as well do exactly what we want to do in it. All right. Have such a great day. I'll see you soon.
Did you know you have access to more free design content, die cut files, and sewing patterns? Join our exclusive VIP group for free by going to designsuitecourses.com/free.